Hey, what's going down, subscribers? It's been a really long time, but I'm back again with another video about how to sample and use that sample within your OP-1. I was recently in Phoenix at my buddy Coco's record shop, Grand Avenue Records. If you're ever in Phoenix, check it out, 1504 Grand Avenue. It's incredible. But in the dollar section, I found this, The Last Disco in Paris, Partners record. And I just want to show you a quick sample on how to implement that sample within the OP-1 to flip a quick groove. Here we go. Here's the sample. Just that. All right, so here I am with the OP-1, and I've got that sample recorded to a drum sampler patch right here. Okay, so because it's disco and it's a little bit loose, one of the things that I like to do is chop it into usable pieces. So I found a couple different ways to do that. I set up a loop section in the beginning for the drum, and I have it set as looping. I also have the 4 bars of the main loop, each set up as looping. Now, sometimes when you have a larger loop like this and you chop it up into bars or even less than bars, you'll find a piece that really, in repetition, becomes something a little bit refreshing and different. And in this case, this 3rd bar of this loop really stands out to me as something that could be the basis of a track. So this is what really inspired the longer bit of the track I'll show in a second. There's the 4th bar. And so prior to this original bar, there was an intro sort of little section I wanted to have. And then after the 4 bars, you start chopping things up to be 2 beats or little pieces. So anyways, so I started laying that stuff down to tape, and so I did so using the Endless Sequencer. So just to show you how I programmed the 4 bars to play as they sound on the record, but more in time. Let me explain why I do this. The downbeat of each bar will be sequenced in time with the tape if I sequence them through Endless. So while I'm not doing Ableton Live and going and individually stretching each beat inside this 4-bar sample, you can't really do that in the OP-1 unless you really surgically break it up. But luckily this song was straight up enough drum-wise to be able to just sync it with the first beat of each bar. So how I would do that is let me get my see if I can get my fingers working here. Hold Shift. So you see I held each of those for 4 beats, and if I put this in quarter note time, it should play the sequence like it sounds on the record roughly. One of the things I'll always do with any disco sample or sampling in general is go and test how it sounds with a filter. So I would run the sequence, turn the filter on. Because when you're making this type of loop-based music, you really can find a lot of resources to find bass lines within your sample. So here it is all laid down to the tape. I've got the tribal drum that was down here that I showed you earlier. I've got the samples looped and sequenced, and I'll show you how I stretched out that 1/3 bar repetitiously to create something. Added some kicks drums and other stock drums from inside the OP-1. and some filtering effects, really. So let's just check this out, and you can sort of see the initial end result of this idea before I dump everything into Ableton Live and get going. So here we go. That's really my idea. Hopefully this helps you see a little bit more about how you can use this good old, aging, incredibly still useful OP-1 to work with samples. Thanks for stopping by and checking out another one of my videos. Happy 2019.